We explain the Delhi Sultanate. During the Middle Ages, India was still playing a very vital role in the trade networks that connected China to the rest of the world. Its roads led to the Middle East and Southeast Asia, and even the use of the sea routes around India were vital. India had splintered into local kingdoms after the fall of the Gupta in 500 to the Hephthalites. However, each kingdom continued the Gupta push to restore Hinduism, building temples and spending lots of money to showcase the faith and pride in Indian culture. Islam's rapid rise in the Middle East after 600 arrived at the Indus River Valley in 711, but made little attempts to go any further than the top. 300 years later, that would change when Afghan and Turkish warriors entered the subcontinent. Arriving from the Hindu Kush mountains and led by Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni, they began to take all they could. Eventually, the Sultan of Gur would battle Hindu armies across northern India, establishing a new empire along the Ganges and Indus rivers and centered at Delhi. It would last from 1206 to 1526 and establish Islamic rule over India. Sources say that the Hindu warriors were outmatched by fast-moving Islamic troops on horseback while they still sat on war elephants. Also, that princes did not stand unified like they had in the days of Ashoka, and that many of the lower castes converted to Islam. Islam offered many in the lower classes of the caste opportunities to exist in equality and social upward mobility. It gave many Hindus the chance to serve in government and gain property they might not have otherwise had at the bottom of the caste. The Delhi Sultanate was ruled under the Mamluk, Khalji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, and Lodi dynasties. The Mamluk included one of the only female rulers in Islamic nations, Razia Sultana. Before being deposed from the throne by her brother and killed by his supporters, she is said to have spent the 4 years being kind and trying to understand her Hindu subjects as equals. As the Sultanate expanded, it adopted Persian language and culture that would become the cornerstone of life. Each of the dynasties ended in the typical dynastic ways in corruption and assassination. It was under the Khalji dynasty that the Sultanate made the southern Indian kingdoms into tribute-paying states. It was also under the Khalji that Chagatai Khanate Mongols began invading India under Dua Khan. Because India did such a solid job of fighting off Mongols when others couldn't, refugees poured in from Persia and Baghdad, bringing the wisdom of the Greeks, the Persians, and the Romans, and bringing a new golden age of reason to India, building monuments like the Ali Darwaza. However, the Sultanate also became well known for its cruelty to Hindus and Buddhists. Sultans like Al-Din ordered thousands of Hindus and Muslims and Buddhists to be killed, and put a crippling tax system in place to fund a never-ending series of invasions into the southern subcontinent. Under the reign of the Tughlaqs, the Sultanate reached its greatest extent and then faced the destruction of Delhi by the Mongol Tamerlane, which also began the decline and fall of the Mughal Empire.